Welcome back, YouTube, for another episode of Socialist Canada. We started out as opposition, but we came to power. And now we've gotten to the end. We came to power in, what was it, September or October? And now we have gotten to December. So there's a few things you should do for your economy each year in December. First of all, let's check our indicators. How we doing? Growth has been going down. We do have some inflation. Whoa, big improvement on unemployment. That could be because I hired so many police officers. I also did up the spending in the work tab. Crime rate falling big time. Okay, good. So you can see our excess here, about half of 1%. Don't worry, next year when we're in power for the full year, we'll get that way up. First thing you want to do in December, you want to drop the interest rate to the lowest possible rate. By the way, in this game, for most of these value type menus with a minus and a plus, when you click, it will go up by some amount, like in this case, 0.5% at a time. But if you click with your right button, it goes all the way to the minimum or maximum. If I right click minus, there, that's our minimum value. If I right click the plus, 20%. So I have the option of setting the interest rate between 0.5% and 20%. You can do that with just one click with your right mouse button, in case you didn't know that. So I'm going to drop it all the way down, 0.5. That will stimulate growth. It will also encourage inflation, but because it's only going to be for 1 month, we don't need to worry too much about the inflation. In this game, inflation kind of catches up to growth. So we're going to get the growth without much of the inflation for just 1 month. It's a bit of a hack. It's a bit of gaming the system, I guess. But in this game, inflation doesn't make sense anyway, so I don't really mind doing it. This is the way they want us to do it, basically, by the system they set up. And the other thing we want to do, check your discoveries in research. Do we have any discoveries that are secret? So these are secret discoveries, but obviously I don't want to make public military ones or like nuclear fission. That would be letting the cat out of the bag, obviously. These are all military. All right. If I had any civil research discoveries, I might patent them, which means our companies can sell the design abroad, and that would stimulate our economy. At first, you can only use them internally in your own economy, but I figure selling them abroad would make even more money eventually. You don't want to do it immediately, but maybe in December it's good. But anyways, we don't have any except military, and we're going to keep those secret. And what you want to do, this is the time, December is when you want to set up your nice, big, juicy contracts. I try not to use too many contracts in this game. I don't want to run my whole economy on it. I don't think it's good, and I think it's fleeting. But it is okay to use some of them. And one thing about Canada in this game, if I go to my energy tab, I can show you that we have, whoa, what just happened? We have 2 pipelines. We have an oil pipeline and a gas pipeline. They both go to the USA. Now, these pipelines are already built. So, as a kind of eco-friendly, green socialist, eco-socialist, whatever you want to call it, I wouldn't probably build more pipelines, but they already exist. And the thing is that we're already exporting all of our extra resources. In this game, if you produce more than you consume, you automatically export it on the world market. And if you produce less than you consume, you automatically import it on the world market. So making contracts just gets you a better deal. So I'm already exporting all my extra oil and gas anyways. So I might as well get the best deal. And the best deal we can get will be by using our pipeline and selling it to the United States. They need both of these resources and they pay good prices. And having a pipeline cuts down on our delivery cost, which makes the contract more profitable. I will show you the world info for these two resources. Oil. World info. I don't like to use percentage. I like to use raw quantity. Canada is producing like 100 million tons or barrels more than we consume each year. Our average sale price is $1,007. Now, you can see, so our balance of trade is 312 plus $312 billion. Now, if we check who has a big trade deficit in oil, United States is at the top of the list. Their purchase price is $1,076. Sorry, I forget our sales price. Our sales price is $1,007, but we'll actually be able to get that down by using the pipeline. Our cost. So we'll be able to make a big profit if we sign a big deal. And now let's look at natural gas. World info. Total. Again, we're producing about 36 million whatevers. I don't know if it's barrels or tons a year, more than we consume. We have a balance of trade plus $82 billion. Our average sale price is $504. United States, again, has the biggest trade deficit in this resource. Their average purchase price is $674. But again, it will look better when we... What's ours? 504. 674. That's already a pretty big difference, but it'll be even bigger if we use the pipeline. So, let's go ahead and set a meeting with the president. President Hilda Tilton. And I don't think I passed any legislation in November, right? Because I passed 2 in December. Let me just check. Parliament, law history. Yeah, the last laws I passed were in October. So in December, our economy is looking okay. There's not much I have to do. The crime rate is doing well. We just want to maximize our growth now with like interest rate and contract. So I'm going to pass a social legislation. Now, can I see my program? Oh, I can. Good. All right, good. So, you can see I already increased the monthly salary of the Army. I kept that promise. I already established the integration policy for immigration. So, those 2 of my 15 promises I've already kept. Here's one. Change renewal of head of government's mandate. Oh, you know what I want to do first? I want to regulate the funding of political parties. Right now it's set to private funding only. And as a small democratic socialist party, that's first of all bad for us. It helps the parties that appeal to rich private donors more than us. We're kind of for the people, the average people, the non-rich. But also, I don't think it's good. I think it's quite unethical to have elections funded by the ultra-rich and by large corporations. So I'll just go down one step at a time. In this game, you want to play the long game. First of all, it's better for stability and popularity. Second of all, it makes the game more interesting. Because if you do everything right away, the way you like it, you're going to run out of options. And if you were to stay in power for 10 or 20 years, it would start to get awful boring. So I'm just going to move it from private funding only to mixed and unlimited funding. So private donors can still legally donate, but the government will also give some money to every party. Based in real life, it's usually based on your like election results and total number of card-carrying members or something like that. And I'll go ahead and make that referendum. In Canada, the use of referendums for legislation is enabled. You can disable it if you want in the Parliament tab. But I'm going to go ahead and use a referendum. I think the people should vote on this. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, they like it. Almost 74% in favor. Good. So at some point in the future, I might even put that all the way to public funds only and just get lobbying out altogether. But for now, that's good enough. Mixed system. That wasn't one of my campaign promises because, for some reason, it's not available to promise during an election campaign. At least not as the opposition. Maybe when you're in government, you can promise every single possible law. In opposition, you can only use those little tabs. So later, I'll start to fulfill all these promises. Next October, when I release my first stimulus package, is when I will fulfill a lot of these promises. Most of the spending promises. And taxation we'll get to before that. Okay, so that's about it. Oh no, now let's go ahead to tomorrow morning and meet with President Hilda Tilton. Here, we decrease the interest rate. Let's see what the National Bank Director says. Prime Minister, according to your orders, the central bank has just lowered its interest rate. This is a measure that will encourage consumption. People and businesses will borrow more, favoring at the same time the increase of the GDP, not to mention the reduction of unemployment. The other side of the story is that if demand increases, the prices might follow the rise over time. In other words, Prime Minister, there is a certain inflationary risk. So that's what I said before, but we're only going to do this for 1 month. All right, now let's meet with the President. Here she is, Hilda Tilton. Any guess who she's supposed to represent in real life? Ding, 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 you win a medal. Offer coffee.
Sure.
I love your country.
And you're right. It is the most beautiful country.
Create a sales contract. Sales. Let's do oil. Why don't we do oil this year and natural gas next year? I don't like to do too many contracts at a time. I think it's a little bit of a workaround to the game. It seems like a little bit of an exploit. And also, in the long run, I don't think it's that great for your economy. I don't think it makes a healthier economy. So here we can choose our method of delivery. Oil tanker train, that's the normal one. But here's CAUSA, that's the name of our pipeline. Wait a minute. I need to check something first. Okay. Oil. Average sale price 1007. Average purchase price 1076. That's the total amount I have to sell. 99 million. That's my surplus. Now if we go to this instead, yeah, you can see my average sale price dropped because the cost is lower. But I'm going to see if I can still use that same price. Now, the pipeline can only deliver 71 million, so it can't deliver all of our oil surplus. But it's still a big contract, $74 billion. So let's just offer them right there. They might accept. Let's see, 1041.55. All right, they won't accept. Let's try 1044. Just drop it by like $1 and a little bit. It's good to always reset the volume when you're using the pipeline. For some reason, sometimes it gets screwed up if you don't just fiddle with it. Like reduce and maximize again. There we have it. What a great contract. $74 billion. Very profitable. That's almost the median price between our normal sales and their normal purchase price using tankers and trains. The fact that we're using our pipeline makes the cost to us much lower, so that is very profitable. Oh, sorry, they refused. Oh my goodness. Listen to me go on. The last offer was less attractive. What are they talking about? Let's try it again. Oh yeah. Whoops, I raised the price by accident. So what I wanted to do was 1040, not 1044. Excuse my fat fingers. 1040. Come on. All right. Okay, we got it. Okay. Now, invite her to make the same decision as me at the next G7 summit.
I understand what you're saying, but I still need some more time to make up my mind.
And finally, I'm going to renegotiate the military alliance from alliance to support. I don't want to be compelled to invade anybody just because the USA decides to. But if the USA were attacked, then I would be compelled to defend them. And that's it. Goodbye, Hilda, President Tilton. Okay, I'm going to make this episode a little bit short, less than 20 minutes, because today's going to be a 2-for-1. This will be the second episode I upload today. And that's really all I wanted to show you for the December finances. In the next episode, you can see the results at the turn of the year. But keep in mind, I've only been in power for a month and a half, so we haven't really been able to implement the kind of economic and fiscal changes I want to. We'll have to wait till 2017 to really get into that. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please comment and ask me any questions, give me any suggestions. And please let me know what you would like to see for my next series. The leading contenders right now are to play as one of the poorest countries in Africa or South America with 4 votes, try to save Venezuela with 3 votes, and play as democratic terrorists in Cuba with 1 vote. But you can suggest anything. It can be a new suggestion as well, and I'll add that to the results. Thanks for watching. See you next time, YouTube. Bye-bye.